So let's look into differential equations. So what happens here, we don't do what we call the homogeneous and non-homogeneous equations where we have to find I'll remember that, but in N6 they utilize that a lot. But in your level, there's what we need to note, what we call the first order. Let's just look into first order. So we look into first order. We have separations of variables and when we have to find it straight away. So let's say for an example, we are given an equation. Let's say we have dy over dx. In the state that we need to find the general solution. We need to find general solution. So finding general solution, it means that we just need to find it with the plus c. But if we need to find particular solution, we need to even determine the value of the constant. So in the first order, what does first order mean? We have the first derivative. Then second order, it means that we had the second derivative. So what you need to inspect, you need to check on your right hand side. Are you having the function in implicit form or in just explicit? They are explicit. If they are explicit, you can integrate the right hand side as it is. For example, integral of this. So what we're going to do, you can put dx on both sides. So if you want, you can do this and say dy equals to an integral on the other side and say plus 1, therefore multiply by dx on both sides. And say that integral of the left hand side in terms of y, it will be what? Y. And it's equals to the right hand side, it's fully simplified out. You will have x cubed divided by 3. Therefore, plus x. Therefore, plus the constant. So that is the general solution from what we call first order. So what I want to draw into you is what we call separations of variables. Separation of variables. So in separations of variables, in finding the general solution first order, let's say for an example, we have dy over dx is equals to e to the power of negative 2x plus 3y. So we need to determine the general solution. This is an exercise. We need to determine the general solution. So I hope you inspect the left hand side. Left hand side is dy over dx. The right hand side, I hope you see there's y and x in the midst of our exponent. So we need to do separations of variables. That's the first thing. So you must make sure you integrate the other side in terms of y, the other side in terms of x. But how will we do that? Let's stick to dy over dx and start separating variables first. How can we separate 2x plus 3y? We need to apply what we call exponential laws, isn't it? So we'll have e to the power of 2x times what? E to the power of 3y. Number 2, we must make sure that the function that consists of y must be on the dy side and the other one the dx. So we see that if we want to get rid of this, we have to divide by e to the power of x or multiply by e to the power of negative 3y and minus 3 e to the power of 3y on the other side when you multiply. So it's either divide by this or multiply by e to the power of 3y. Let's hope my handwriting is clear here. So if I multiply by e to the power of negative 3y on both sides, even on the other side, e to the power of minus 3y. So we see that these two will get rid of each other because when you add the exponent, it will be 0. Then 0 to the e to the power of 0 is 1. So this will be 1. Then it will be on the other side. Or you can divide if you want. Still the same thing. So we'll have e to the power of negative 3y. We see it will be with what? With y. On the right hand side, we'll have e to the power of negative 2x multiplied by what? By dx. So multiply by dx. So multiply by e to the power of negative 3y and by dx on both sides. So now at least we have the function in the right hand side in terms of y and the left hand side in terms of x. So we can integrate the following. Take back the function to where it was derivated from. In terms of y, the other one in terms of x. So integral of the following in terms of y, it will be e to the power of negative 3y divided by what? Divide by 3, negative 3, the derivative of the exponent. Right? Therefore, divide by ln e. It's equals to the right hand side, we have to integrate in terms of x. So it will be e to the power of negative 2x divided by negative 2 plus, please add the constant now on the x side. On the x side. If let's say we are required to simplify further, making y subject to the formula where it's possible, we could try that. We could try that. So normally we would state that, or even if you didn't add the plus c, the plus c sometimes didn't add is still a constant. But I want us to focus on this. You will be multiplying on both sides by, what is this, negative 3y, isn't it? Negative 3 to say. We'll have e to the power of that, negative 3y equals 2. Multiply on both sides. You still have 3 over 2, e to the power of 2x. Plus, when you multiply c by 3 by negative 3 by the constant, you still have another constant. You can represent it as c or you can represent it as k. So, but just still put c. Because you don't know which number we're multiplying, it will be still a constant multiply. When you derivate, it still goes to 0. So